This is essentially part two of the history of the USMNT squad, so I highly suggest you watch that video. Major League Soccer is one of the most fastest growing leagues in the entire world, ranked number 16 worldwide, touching almost every single metropolitan in the US, with the UCL taking up the rest of them, with along with the smaller towns being mostly UCL clubs. But me personally, I love the MLS. Heck, I even have a shirt of the newest MLS club, which reached my local city, which is St. Louis. I really want to tell you the story of the MLS and how they almost dissolved in 2002 to raise up several talents as well as legends like Landon Donovan, Beasley, Carlos Vela, and Kay Camara. Prior to the MLS, professional soccer in the United States had a long but turbulent history. The North American Soccer League, NASL, operated from 1968 to 1984 and achieved some popularity and even attracting star players like Pele and Abuzo. But however, NASL ultimately collapsed due to poor management, lavish spending by clubs, and also declining attendance and popularity. Other leagues like the American Soccer League and Major Indoor Soccer League also came and went in the following years of the early 1980s and 1990s. In early 1990s, FIFA hosted the 1994 World Cup to be held in the United States, establishing a first division team, professional team, 2 years after the 1994 World Cup was allowed to be in the United States. So the U.S. Soccer Federation, on establishing this new league, will pick the name Major League Soccer and announce it on 1993, and telling the whole world that its first season was going to kick off in 1996. The MLS will initially be consisting of 10 teams concentrated in the Northeast and West Coast regions of the United States. The league's first teams were the Columbus Crew, DC United, New England Revolutions, New York Red Bulls, Tampa Bay Mutiny, Colorado Rapids, Los Angeles Galaxy, and San Jose Clash, now San Jose Earthquake, Kansas City Wizards, Miami Fusion. In 1996, the first MLS Cup was held at the Foxborough Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts, as DC United, one of the league's original franchises, defeated LA Galaxy in a very closely contested match, which ended in a scoreline of 3-2. This inaugural championship set the tone for the competitive nature of this new league. DC United will repeat their championship victory, defeating Colorado Rapids 2-1 at the RFK Stadium in Washington, D.C. This back-to-back title was a sign of the early dominance of certain clubs such as DC United as they established itself of the early years of the MLS. In 1988, the MLS Cup was won by Chicago Fire, who defeated the DC United 2-1 at the Rose Bowl Stadium in California. The result demonstrated the growing popularity of this new league as a new team emerged against the victorious and ended DC United's reign. The following MLS Cups winners would be won by San Jose Earthquakes, Kansas City Wizards, and also San Jose Earthquakes again, defeating the Kansas City Wizards. In 2002, the MLS Cup was finally won by LA Galaxy, who defeated the New England Revolution 1-0 at the Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts. This victory was marked as the first victory ever for Galaxy, underscoring the continuing growth and evolution of the league. One of the primary obstacles was low attendance. Many original MLS franchises struggled to consist many crowds to their game, with some stadiums only partially filled on game days. This created financial pressures and also cast doubt on the long-term viability of the league. Another issue was the quality of play on the field, as the newly formed MLS lacked the depth of talent and star power that fans has been succumbed to all over the world and other professional sports leagues. This made it difficult to attract casual fans and generate widespread interest in the MLS. Management and ownership problems also plagued the MLS in its early years. Some teams' owners were not fully committed to long term success to the league, leading to instability and uncertainty. There were also some questions about the league's leadership and decision making processes, which contributed to the struggles. Pounding these challenges to the broader landscape of American sports, where soccer struggled to gain the same popularity and mainstream attention as established sports like American football, baseball, and basketball. Despite these significant obstacles, the MLS persevered to work on its shortcomings. The league made strategic investments, attracting high profile players and slowly implementing structural changes to improve the overall quality of the product. Slowly but surely, the MLS was gaining traction and building more as a solid foundation for the future. However, in 2001 and 2002 was the worst MLS season ever, as they saw their newly established league nearly collapse, especially when both of their teams in Florida, Tampa Bay Mutiny and Miami Fusion, disbanded due to financial reasons, pushing the league total amount of teams back to 10. It was looking like the MLS and American soccer in general would go into another dark age. Following these initial challenges in the early years, Major League Soccer experienced a resurgence in the mid 2000s, marked by the arrival of new teams, improved financial stability, and renewed focus of the growing sport of soccer in North America. 2002 was a great year for the U.S. national team as they broke into the quarterfinals while in the process defeating Mexico, their rivals, 2-0. The 2003 MLS Cup was won by San Jose Earthquakes, who defeated Chicago Fire 4-2 in a hard-fought matchup. This victory solidified the San Jose's status as the emerging powerhouse in the league. Chivas wants to copy the style that the American clubs are going in, so they copied and pasted a club to rival LA Galaxy, whom I will talk about later, as they would decide to establish Chivas USA in 2005. Along with that, Real Salt Lake joined the MLS. In 2006, the MLS final was held between New England Revolution and Houston Dynamo. The Houston Dynamo ended up emerging victorious after a 4-3 penalty shootout. This closely contested final demonstrating the improving quality of play across the league. Fast forward to 2007, they invited their first ever Canadian franchise, Toronto FC, which quickly developed a passionate fan base, which became the key driver of the league's growth in the northern border. The 2007 Cup was won by Houston Dynamo, who defeated New England Revolutions again 2-1. At this period of the MLS, we saw the rise of LA Galaxy. As it deserves its own video, I'm going to put it into short. Landon Donovan went to the West Coast club after hating European football, where he found David Beckham, where they started to ball out, achieving record after record. MLS Cup after MLS Cup, they won with each other. In 2008, the league welcomed its 15th franchise as San Jose Earthquakes was remodeled after the San Jose Clash, which had been dormant since 2005. The revival of this historic MLS club, who also played in Nassau, was a testament to the league's commitment to re-establishing its presence in key markets. In 2008, the MLS Cup saw the Columbus Crew defeating New York Red Bulls 3-1 to mark the crew's first championship victory in the franchise history. This triumph underscored the league's particularly the ability for smaller markets teams to compete at the higher level. The following year of 2009 saw the expansion of Seattle Sounders FC and Vancouver Whitecaps. As they joined the MLS, they immediately captivate the imagination of soccer fans in the Pacific Northwest. The Seattle Sounders quickly set attendance records and quickly became one of the most predominant clubs in the league. The next few years saw the addition of several more expansion teams, including the Portland Timbers and Montreal Impact. These new clubs brought with them passionate fan bases, state-of-the-art stadiums, and renewed energy to the league. In 2011 MLS Cup, it was won by LA Galaxy, who defeated Houston Dynamo 1-0. This victory marked Galaxy's third championship, cementing their status as one of the league's premier franchises. In 2012, LA Galaxy won again against Houston Dynamo 3-1 in the MLS Cup final, securing their back-to-back MLS title, along with this being the fourth. In 2013, MLS Cup final was played on December 7th, 2013 at the StubHub Center in Carson, California. The participants in this match were Real Salt Lake, who were underdogs against Sporting Kansas City. Real Salt Lake was appearing in their second MLS Cup final, having previously won the championship in 2009. Sporting Kansas City making their third appearance in the MLS Cup final, having won their first title in 2000. The match will end in a 1-1 draw after regulation and extra time, requiring a penalty kick shootout to determine who's going to be the MLS champion. In the penalty kick shootout, Sporting Kansas City prevailed 7-6, defeating Real Salt Lake to capture their second MLS title. This incredible match could show the real competitiveness of the MLS Cup, especially when both sides really want the trophy. The 2013 and 2014 seasons saw the addition of two more expansion teams, Orlando City Soccer Club from the United Soccer League, which is the second division, and New York City FC, respectively. These clubs were brought to increase visibility and renewed sense and excitement to the league as the MLS continued to grow and solidify its position in the North American sports landscape. In 2015 MLS Cup saw the Portland Timbers defeat Columbus Crew 2-1, marking the first championship for the Timbers franchise. This triumph underscored the league's continuing ability to introduce newer teams to compete at the highest level. The following year, 2016, saw the expansion and addition of newer teams, Atlanta United FC and Minnesota United FC. The rival of these two clubs, particularly the star-studded Atlanta United side, further energized the league to attract new fans from undisclosed markets. The 2016 MLS Cup final was a rematch between Seattle Sounders and Toronto FC, with Sounders emerging victorious after a 5-4 on penalties after a 0-0 draw. This nail-biting finale showcased the league's growing competitiveness and dramatic flair that it has to become the hallmark of the MLS. In 2017, the league welcomed its 23rd franchise, Los Angeles FC, after the fall of Chivas USA back in 2014, which quickly established itself as a formidable force on both on and off the field. The 2017 MLS Cup was won by Toronto FC, who defeated the Seattle Sounders 2-0, securing its first championship in its title of trebles. The rapid expansion continued in 2018 with the addition of two more teams, FC Cincinnati from the United Soccer League and Nashville FC. These two franchises further expanded the MLS footprint and demonstrated the league's ability to identify and cultivate new markets. In 2019, the league welcomed its 26th franchise, Inter Miami Confederation Football, co-owned by David Beckham. This high-profile addition, along with the continued success of teams like Atlanta United and LAFC, solidified MLS's status as the destination for top-tier football talent. Fast forward to 2021, the league welcomed two new franchises, Austin FC and Charlotte FC, further expanding its geographic footprint and engaging in new fan bases across the United States. These additions brought the total number of the MLS teams to 27, demonstrating the league's ability to ambitiously growth strategy. The following years, Atlanta United, Seattle Sounders, Columbus Crew, and New York City FC would win the MLS Cup for their clubs. This would be an historic moment for these clubs individually, as some of them never had won MLS Cup before. The following year, 2022, saw the addition of St. Louis City Soccer Club. This is my favorite club, and I really enjoyed this new club in my region. The arrival of this new club in the Midwest would allow the MLS strategic planning to engage in diverse communities and to expand to areas that they didn't expand on. The 2022 MLS Cup final was possibly the greatest soccer game ever played on American soil, which started with LAFC scoring a free kick by Costa. Then later at the end of the game, where Philadelphia Union scored at the 80th minute. Back and forth with the Philadelphia Union scoring thanks to the deflection off the goalkeeper McCarthy. At the last minute, Diego Palacios sends the ball to Gareth Bale, who heads it home. At screams of the Bank of California Stadium could be heard as the scoreline turns from 2-3 to 3-3. Penalties included, which Philadelphia Union missed all their penalties while LAFC only missed one, scoring 3-0 on penalties to bring the trophy to the West Coast, either not to LA Galaxy nor San Jose. It's coming home to LAFC. The 2023 MLS season saw the launch of Leagues Cup, a new competition that pitted MLS teams against their counterparts from the Liga MX, Mexico's top professional league. This innovative tournament represented a significant step forward in the collaboration and integration between the two North American soccer powerhouses. Inter Miami would eventually win with the help of Lionel Messi and Drake Callender, beating Nashville Soccer Club out on penalties 11-10. As the 2024 MLS season would see Inter Miami and FC Cincinnati fighting outwards to the top, this season is about to get pretty hot, as the 2024 Copa America and 2026 World Cup is being held in several MLS stadiums. We would see the league even grow larger. San Diego FC would be the 30th newest team, as they would start operations in 2025. Many stars like Chucky Alonso may join the club. We would have to see what this club will be about next year. If you had seen the rest of this video, then I highly suggest that you subscribe and like to my YouTube channel. Thank you very much and have a good day.